Hi everyone, my name is KY and I'm doing a final year project on the detection of echo chambers in Reddit. Here's the rundown of the content that I'll be talking about. So firstly, we define echo chambers as a phenomenon in which a person is exposed to ideas, people, facts or news that are consistent with a particular political or social ideology. It's also a bounded and closed media space that has the potential to both magnify the messages delivered within it and insulate them from rebuttal. Next, we move on to the background. Due to the rapid advancement of technology, it becomes increasingly easy for people to be exposed to any kind of information online, and thus echo chambers inevitably emerge. This causes the gap between people with different perspectives to get wider and wider, which causes polarization, diminished mutual understanding, causes a segregated and divided society, resulting in social or political tension for the country. So, objective is to detect these echo chambers in Reddit in hopes of preventing or mitigating the above-mentioned consequences. Next, to break down the terms detecting echo chambers, essentially, we want to find out which subreddits are polarized to an extent such that they are considered an echo chamber. And thus, this project presents a logical and structured pipeline to detect these echo chambers at a subreddit level. Next, for methodology, the overarching methodology is a topological and semantic approach, which is hybrid. For topological aspect, firstly, we have network graph, where the nodes are unique users and an edge exists if two nodes have a direct reply between them. The edges are weighted and undirected. Next, community detection is done to get smaller communities where each community is densely connected internally. Then, for the semantic aspect, we'll use stance detection to label the nodes. There will be three different stances: supports, indifferent, and opposes. Then, the topological and semantic results are combined together for echo chamber detection. We'll first find out at the community level which communities are echo chamber, and then we'll use these results to determine whether this subreddit is an echo chamber. There will be 6 main steps. Firstly, data collection, then data preprocessing, constructing network graph, community detection, stance detection, and lastly, echo chamber detection. Firstly, for step 1 data collection, we'll be using the Reddit PushShift API, and this is the link template. The user just have to fill in the object type, subreddit name, and the date they wish to collect from. We'll be using 3 subreddits: gun politics, debate vaccines, and Trump for demonstration purposes. For step 2, data preprocessing, we have removed deleted users, URLs, potential spam tags, etc. The parent ID column indicates the ID that this text has replied to. Since submissions do not reply to anybody, they do not have a parent ID. Next, for step 3, constructing a network graph, we'll connect exact matches of parent ID with ID. For example, Louis Van Genius replied to Training Jelly, and Kumpen Dior replied to N. Warwick. We give each author a unique author number and also retrieve the author number that this author has replied to. We'll use these numerical columns. Then, we'll include a weight column, remove self-loops, and rows with weight less than 5. This resultant data frame is used to construct a network graph. Next, for step 4, community detection is performed on the network graph. We've compared 3 different community detection algorithms, namely Louvain, label propagation, and walk thread. The metric that we've used to evaluate the performance is called surprise, which measures the quality of community structure. The higher the score, the better the quality. We can see that Louvain gives the best score consistently in all 3 subreddits. Here's a visualization for the 3 subreddits using Louvain. We can see distinct communities as shown by the different colors, which shows that Louvain indeed performs well on our dataset. Now that we are done with the topological aspect, we'll move on to step 5, the semantic aspect, where we'll do stance detection to get the stance of each user. The stance detection model is provided by DSDA, and to inference from the model, we have to provide 2 inputs, the text and the topic. The topic can simply be the subreddit name, or the user can self-define a topic. We have used gun rights, vaccinations, and Trump as the topics respectively. Next, the model output 3 scores for each of the stances. This is an example of an input and output, and we'll take the stance with the highest score. We'll inference the stance for every single text in the data frame. Then, since each user can post or comment many times, we'll group all these texts by user and get the majority stance of each user. We can see the first guy has a stance of supporting gun rights, the second user is indifferent, and for the third user, when there's a tie across stances, the stance with the highest score will be taken. So the third user is opposing gun rights. Lastly, we have reached the last step, which is echo chamber detection. We'll make use of the results from the topological aspect, which includes network structure and community detection. Then we have the semantic aspect, where we did stance detection. Combining these 2, we can do echo chamber detection. Echo chamber detection comes in 2 levels. Firstly, for the community level, When a community has high proportion of users with the same stance, this meant that the community is polarized and thus is an echo chamber. We have determined using statistical distribution methods that if 57% or more users have a stance of oppose or supports, this community is an echo chamber. Communities where the majority stance is indifferent are excluded as this community is not polarized. Let's take a look at this example graph. The majority of the users, which takes up 50% in this green community, has a stance of indifferent, 100% have a stance of support, and 62.5% have a stance of opposers. Then we use these community level results to perform echo chamber detection at the subreddit level. A subreddit contains many communities. At the subreddit level, if more than 50% of the communities are echo chambers, this subreddit is an echo chamber. For this example graph, this subreddit is an echo chamber. Here's a summary of the 6 steps that I've explained. First, data collection, data preprocessing, constructing network graph, community detection, stance detection, and then echo chamber detection at the community then subreddit level. Next, we'll move on to the results. Firstly, for the subreddit gun politics, 56% of the communities are echo chambers. Thus, it is an echo chamber when the topic is gun rights. For debate vaccines and Trump, they are not an echo chamber for the stated topics. You can see for R Trump, every community has a majority stance of indifferent towards the topic Trump. This because R Trump is a generalized subreddit that comprises of many other subtopics, and users might discuss about topics other than Trump. When we change the topic for R Trump to gun rights, it is an echo chamber. Thus, echo chambers are directed towards a certain topic. Lastly, we've reached the conclusion. The significance of project is that it's able to detect echo chambers at a subreddit level. It also solves shortcomings of related work, whereby it included novel and structured solutions. Furthermore, echo chamber detection is a vital step and the first step to many downstream tasks. I've come to the end of my presentation. Thank you.